May was the busiest month we've seen so far in 2026, with the highest number of sales this year. But if you ask many realtors across Huron County, the market actually feels a lot different than the numbers suggest. Hi everyone, Megan Brighton here with your May 2026 Huron County real estate market update. If you're thinking about buying, selling, upsizing, downsizing, or purchasing a cottage in Huron County, this update will help you understand what's really happening in today's market. We're seeing buyers take longer to make decisions, deals falling apart unexpectedly, and some surprising differences between what the statistics say and what we're actually experiencing day to day. So let's break it down. Let's start with inventory. Months of inventory came in at 6.7 in May compared to 8.5 in April and 6.6 this time last year. Inventory tightened compared to April, but overall we're sitting in a very similar position to where we were a year ago. We also saw 255 new listings come to market in May, up from 227 in April, along with 41 listing terminations. One thing worth paying attention to is that not every segment of this market is moving the same way. The biggest pocket of buyer activity in May was in the 400 to 500,000 price range, where we're seeing some of the strongest competition. What I've noticed lately is that buyers are taking their time right up until they feel that they might lose something. They'll watch the property for weeks, but once another buyer steps up, suddenly decisions have to get made. Having inventory available doesn't always mean that buyers have unlimited time. Now let's talk prices. The average price in May was roughly $628,000, up from $556 in April and $585,000 in May of last year. The median sale price came in around $540,000 compared to $555,000 in April and $579,000 last year. Those two numbers tell very different stories. The average was up, but the median was down from both last month and last year, which suggests some higher price sales help pull the average upward. What I'm seeing on the ground lines up with that. Buyers are still willing to pay for homes that they see value in, but they're becoming much more selective. Many buyers are trying to purchase below what the last comparable sale might suggest, and they're not backing down easily during inspections either. That's important for sellers to understand. The market will continue to follow what buyers see value in, especially when there's still economic uncertainty and many households are watching their budgets much more closely. Days on market increased to 66 days in May compared to 48 days in April. The median days on market was 27 days. What that tells me is that buyers are still looking, but they're still taking longer to make decisions. That doesn't automatically mean that something is wrong with the property, and buyers simply want more certainty before they're moving forward. One thing I always tell sellers is that a second showing is usually a positive sign, because if buyers are coming back, the home itself often isn't the issue. They're trying to determine whether the value matches the price. As we move into summer, I'm hopeful that we're gonna see some of those timelines tighten up a bit. June had the shortest average days on market in 2025, so it's gonna be interesting to see if the summer market creates the similar pattern. Let's talk about interest rates. Current fixed mortgage rates are sitting around 4.45%, while variable rates are around 3.7%. As predicted, the Bank of Canada's June 10th announcement is that they plan to maintain their current rate. While there's always discussion around future cuts or hikes, nobody knows exactly where rates are headed next. What we do know is that rates remain below some of the higher levels that we saw in 2024, and variable rates are lower than they were a year ago. For buyers, the most important thing isn't trying to predict rates, it's understanding what your budget, payment, and long-term plan is going to look like. So what does all of this mean for the Huron County housing market? We saw the highest number of sales so far this year, with 99 properties selling in May. Inventory tightened compared to April, listings increased, and buyers remain active. But talking with other realtors, one thing that we've all noticed is that this first half of 2026 has felt super unusual. We've seen deals falling apart unexpectedly, transactions are taking longer than expected, and not all activity is translating into completed sales. In many ways, the market feels busier than the numbers suggest. I describe today's market as active but cautious. There's also a bit of buyer fatigue out there. People are looking carefully, asking questions, and trying to make the right decision rather than the fastest decision. For buyers, my advice is not to wait for perfect certainty. Sometimes that's exactly how opportunities get missed. And for sellers, understanding today's buyer's mindset is critical. The homes attracting the most attention are the ones that are creating confidence and making buyers feel comfortable moving forward with the price side. Thank you so much for watching this May 2026 Huron County real estate market update. If you are thinking about buying, selling, upsizing, downsizing, whatever it may be, I would love to help build a personalized plan based on your goals, timeline, and situation. One thing my clients know about me is that I always give real advice, even when it isn't necessarily necessarily what they want to hear. Sometimes the best decisions come from having an honest conversation about what's going on in the market and not what we're wishing is happening. You'll find my contact information below, along with some helpful resources to my website, additional videos for your real estate journey, and information on how to join my monthly newsletter. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to see you again in the next report.